Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels. And I am here with my Angels and Astrology video on Leo season with ARchangel Raziel. So welcome. I am recording this on July 22nd. We officially go into Leo season in another day or so, but wanted to get this out to you a little bit ahead of time. For those of you who don't know me, I am all about the angels with a collaboration with the artist Via. I have my own archangel drawings. There are 15 archangels, 3 of them, Michael, Raphael, and Haniel, depicted in the top row of this picture. They are the overseers. They are like the managers of all the other guardian angels and archangels. All those other archangels are tied to zodiac signs from left to right in order. We have Ariel for Aries, Shamuel for Taurus, and so on. Literally, these archangels are complements to the energy of that sun sign. So for Leo, we are in Archangel Raziel, and his gifts complement the characteristic traits of one who is born in Leo. And so knowing who your archangels are, knowing their properties, knowing how they can help you when planets go in and out of these signs during, maybe more challenging aspects of the astrology, they can help you through it. So whenever we have an Angels and Astrology session, I'm always pointing out not only the astrology that's going on, but also the archangels to work with, to work through that astrology. All these archangels are available to you in various merchandise pieces, everything from notebooks to stickers to clothing. If you wish to take your archangels with you, you can do so from the merchandise shop on my website. We also talk about angel numbers quite a bit. I do have an angel number blog. Angel numbers are literally the way the divine communicates to you. Unlike numerology, where we add the numbers up to come up to a single number, with angel numbers, each number is its own message. We literally take the property of each number, like if it was 777, it's 3 sevens signifying have faith, right? If it was 918, then we literally look at the 9 and the 1 and the 8. So when you take a look at this year, 2025 is 2, 0, and 5. And because there are 2 2s, that kind of amps up what 2 symbolizes, which is trust. 0 is divine and 5 is change, right? So it's trust in the change and that it's coming from the divine, right? This is a year of change. We've already seen it. There is just transformational change everywhere. And I truly mean transformational, not just evolutional. It's truly a transformation. Today, I'm recording this on 7/22, right? July 22nd, which is faith and trust. And really the message today is you just need to have faith and trust in all that is divine, in all that is happening, in your abilities. If you have faith and if you trust that everything is happening as it should, and you are the cause, you, through your actions, through your words, through what you have and have not done, you are shaping the world you live in. Trust in that, believe in that, and that's what number 722 is calling us to do. All right. Before we get into the couple astrology events, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel to get any videos as they pop up first thing. If you are not already in the Facebook group, I encourage you to join. Tonight at 6 p.m. Central is our monthly Tarot Tuesday session. Facebook group members get free access to me. You got a free question asked on Tarot Tuesday, and if you cannot make it live, 1 free question answered per month just contact me by being a part of my Facebook group, my inner circle. You get the information firsthand. You also get these free gifts, which I do not give to any other group. So if you are a subscriber on the YouTube channel, but not in the Facebook group, please do so to get that free message. I will be recording a new video extra somewhere in the first week of August. Mars is moving into Libra, so we're going to have an energy shift, and then talking about the full moon in Aquarius. It's a pretty cool when a full moon's in Aquarius, so we'll talk about that. And for those of you who are still interested in looking at the replay of the retrograde class, it's still very much on point. Mercury retrograde is around until August 18th. Pluto, Neptune, Saturn retrogrades are much longer. If you want access to the replay, please contact me. Either email me, text, call, or send a message, through Facebook Messenger, and I can let you know how to get access to that class replay. All right, so let us move into all about the energy going on right now. Well, the first thing we want to talk about is the shift into Leo and into Archangel Raziel. So Archangel Raziel is a really interesting archangel. His name actually means secrets of God. His Hebrew name Raziel is secrets of God. It is said that he knows God's secrets because he sits as close to God as you possibly can get, and he records and knows all that is said and done. Because of this spiritualness of him, he's also known to help you with insight, spiritual insight, with helping your intuition, and with helping you kind of understand the divine and the human and bridging that gap so that humans can really understand what divine messages are, divine beings, and bridge that gap. What is a divine being? Divine means created by God, the creator. And not taking human form, not of human likeness, not on this earth. Angels, other beings that are not earthly beings can be considered divine. He also often communicates to us through our dreams. Communicating through dreams is a very common way that the divine communicates to us humans because we are most receptive at that time. If you have vivid dreams but don't remember them and want to remember them, you can ask Archangel Raziel to help you do that. If you don't think you dream, most people do, but if you don't think you dream, you can even ask Archangel Raziel for help around, dreaming in general, and being aware of it, right? And knowing that you do dream. Now, Archangel Raziel is not directly named in any of the Christian texts, but in the Kabbalah, he is called specifically the Keeper of Mysteries or the Angel of Secrets. The Kabbalah is a mystical text in the Hebrew tradition about all things, all things magical and mystical and spiritual. And he is actually named directly in the Kabbalah and has a huge presence as an angel to go to unlock the secrets of God, of the divine. Even though he's not named in the Bible, there are some passages that talk about what he does, his themes, the unlocking of the secrets. You'll find that in the book of Jude, in the Acts of the Apostles, and the Gospels of Luke, James, and Matthew even. So while he isn't named by name, there are mentions of an angel who helps with spiritual insights and connecting the divine and the human and knowing the mysteries and the secrets of God. All of those themes around him are mentioned just as an angel, not necessarily his name. And then it is said that he wrote the book of Raziel the angel. It is a mystical text that is said he gave to Adam and Eve once they were expelled from Eden to help them reconnect with God and divine wisdom. So it is said he wrote this book on how to connect with divine wisdom, and thus, again, that angel who can connect us to the spiritual. So while we're in Leo season, and pretty much any time, but during Leo season is a great time to do so, connect with Archangel Raziel for a deeper spiritual understanding, and of course to help your dreams. And write them down, take them in, put them away, and maybe over time you begin to understand what spirit is trying to communicate to you. So that's Archangel Raziel, and he is front and center for the next month. We do have two key astrology events going on right now, this week, next week, in the next couple of weeks. The new moon in Leo in a couple of days, and then Venus enters Cancer at the end of the month. So let's go into both. The first one we want to get into is Venus in Cancer. So Venus, our planet of love, right? Cancer, all things emotions. Whew. And, communicating very succinctly about how we feel. So when these two are together, you're going to find that emotional security becomes top of mind for most people. They also want to have deeper connections, right? It's not just enough for you to be with a partner. You need to be talking about things, right? Doing more things together, right? Let's get more deeply connected. So partners, and particularly romantic partners, are going to, during this period, be a little needier than normal. Because Venus and Cancer also, when they're together, give an energy of kind of beautifying the home, and give you sort of that making your home more lovely and the security of being at home. This is really a good time for doing all things in the house: decorating, cooking, arts and crafts, maybe taking old photographs and pulling them in albums, replacing pictures on the walls with maybe newer ones or other sentimental ones, right? Like connecting with your emotions around the home. And then lastly, in this energy, when people are more needy, what we need to do is recognize that Venus in Cancer calls us to be present in a different way. We just need to make sure we're supportive of others and understanding of where they're coming from. This is not the time to brush someone off with, oh, I'm busy now, come back to me later. This is the time to put down what you're doing and say, yes, look, we can talk about that now. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen during this energy is it's just going to bubble up. And as you know, we've got other retrogrades going on where people are rethinking a lot of things. And this energy is about, hey, right now, let's just get together and make sure we are all on the same page. Let's make sure we are connected. Let's make sure we're kind of grounded in our emotions, in our home, in our love. And there are three archangels that come to mind when we've got energy like this. Archangel Raguel, who is all about relationship harmony, right? The yin and the yang, understanding that we might not be on the same page, but asking him to bring harmony in your relationships, particularly if people are asking things of you that you're not necessarily comfortable with or that you've not expressed before. Not all of us are good at expressing our emotions. And then Archangel Haniel, and she's for all things joy, right? Feminine energy, sentimental feminine energy, and joy. And so during this time, finding a way to bring joy into your home, into your life, into your relationships, to build that deeper connection and that emotional security. And then, of course, Archangel Gabriel, whenever we're thinking Cancer, we want to bring in Archangel Gabriel, and particularly in this time with his ability to help us communicate, his ability to help us communicate clearly and help others hear what we are actually saying, not misinterpreting our words or assuming or reading between the lines, right? So work with these three archangels during this energy if you're finding yourself struggling based on what other people are asking of you or what you are asking of others. Let's move now to the new moon. We have a new moon in Leo on the 24th. Now, when we have a new moon in Leo, the opportunities that we have is really to take a look at what we've maybe put on the back burner and not accomplished, whether it's a project, a home project, a hobby, something, creative and artistic, right? Under the new moon of Leo, pick that back up. And in the next moon cycle, begin to take it to conclusion, right? It's also a great time to reconnect with your heart, right? Reconnect with how you feel. On the day of the new moon, maybe sit in meditation, do a heart map, something to connect with how you feel. Or if you are so inclined, connect with an old flame, someone who you had a relationship with that just either wasn't successful or maybe it just kind of fizzled out. To kind of see how they're doing and maybe bring up those feelings that might be lingering, and maybe put that chapter to a close or reopen it. And because there's a fun quality in Leo, Leo is a number of things, and one of them is childlike, inner child, and having fun. So tend to your inner child and really remind yourself what fun is like to you and what is fun for you to do. And connect with that in the new moon and plan some fun activities during this moon cycle. We're hitting the end of the summer, right? Those of you who have kids, you're going back to school. Then for those of us up north, cooler weather, thank God for some of us, right? The weather starts shifting. But, over the next 28 days of the moon cycle, what do you want to do? Where are you going to have fun? Don't miss out on the fun that is all around us and available, particularly the fun that for some climates you only get in the summer. Lots of outdoor activities and fairs and concerts and things of that sort. Okay. I will quickly go through the planetary energy influences still in play. Feel free to pause the video on any one of these so that you can read through, but I'm just going to click through and call what they are so you don't forget. Mars is in Virgo for the next couple of weeks, which is why I will have a new video from when Mars moves out of Virgo. We've got a whole lot of planets going retrograde, and there is a significance. A retrograde means it's a second chance. So we've got a bunch of retrogrades. We've got Mercury in retrograde through August 11th. We've got Saturn retrograde through November 27th. We have Neptune retrograde through October 22nd. And please, for those of you watching this video, if you want to read through this, you can, pause it right here so you can read all of the slides, including all of the archangels that you can work with during this time. We have Pluto retrograde through October 14th. We also have Uranus in Taurus until September 6th. If you need help with any of these energies, if you want my assistance, or if you want to review the replay of that retrograde class, just please feel free to reach out and contact me. A part of that retrograde class is literally for each sign of the zodiac, how all these retrogrades impact you. Impact you. It's got every zodiac sign, so your sun, your moon, whatever. But it was 90 minutes of a really great information on what retrogrades really mean. Okay, so thank you for sticking with me. As always, I have messages for the collective at the end of each and every one of these videos. I pulled oracle cards from my Angel Abundance deck. And honestly, the theme for the next couple of weeks is about abundance and priorities. So the very first message that came out was sever vows of poverty. Sever your vows of poverty. And that really means that you don't need to sacrifice, you don't need to suffer. You may have consciously or unconsciously made a vow of poverty or self-denial in this or any lifetime. If you do, if you have, you can sever this. You can remove the effects of these vows, and they can be undone so that you can enjoy abundance. So take a look at where you think you have issues with lack, and try to address them and look to saying a prayer and a meditation to break that vow of poverty or lack or living in lack. The next message is kind of along those lines, and it's a visualize abundance in all forms. So visualize abundance in all forms. You know, we were given spiritual power that everything we visualize eventually becomes reality. And that kind of dovetails into that vow of poverty, because if you think you don't have enough, you won't have enough. If you think you have enough, if you think you have more than enough, you will. So visualize what abundance looks like. Visualize having enough money in the bank and food in the fridge and clothing in the closet and opportunities for growth and love and all of those kinds of things, right? Hold that vision in your mind, and even maybe journal about it and see what will come of it. You have to visualize abundance in all forms and be grateful for what you have in order for all of that abundance to come to you. And then lastly, during this time of change and basically of transformation, you really need to focus on your priorities. Ooh, whenever, whatever your priorities are, everyone has different priorities, but where you put your focus is where you're going to receive the best outcome, right? So that which we focus on, what gets done. And so you need to take a look at, what do you need to get done? What do you need to prioritize? Are you working on things that really aren't that important, but maybe you enjoy them more than the things that are important? Or maybe they're easier than the things that are more important? What is truly important to get done? And you really need to focus on them right now. We've got some really incredible energy in Virgo going on right now that helps with getting things done. And so these next couple of weeks is a really good opportunity to identify what needs to get done and make the time to do that, even though it might be more difficult things or things that might not be as enjoyable for you to do as those that aren't a high priority. So those are the messages for the week. Thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate you in my audience and look forward to talking to you again, either tonight at our Tarot Tuesday or in a couple of weeks when I land my next video extra. Until then, stay safe and be blessed. Bye now.